Do we have our phones on silent? Phone on silent?
Yep.
Everybody, hopefully. Hi, everybody. Everyone tuning in.
How's it going?
I have DJ Sabataj finally in.
What
Okay.
up, y'all?
Alright, the podcast has not begun just yet, but it will momentarily. Do bow. Okay. Bow, 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 bow. Alright, my dude. Hello, everybody. It's Taylor Toxin, and I have DJ Sabataj up in my studio. How are you, sir?
What's going on? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, brother?
I'm great. Especially after last night. I still had to recuperate. It was definitely noticeable, but worth it. 24. Hey, 24. It was my homie's birthday yesterday. Shout out to him. You. Anyways, so DJ Sabataj. I mean, that's what a lot of people have been calling you, and that's what they'll advertise you as. But what's your real name?
I go by DJ Sabataj, but my name is Josh Rivera. I'm known as both throughout the whole community, between artists and friends and family.
It's gotten around.
Scattered, yeah.
It's that name that really did stick with you. So I know, and everybody else knows out there, about what you're all about, what you have been doing, especially with the local shows. I know Bo, Gel, Zyard, everyone who I've had.
Shout out to everyone that's been here.
They've definitely understood the benefit of being a part of this guy's workship. But for a DJ, there's a lot of components that go into it. What's a good way to explain what you do? Because you do a lot more than just DJ.
Well, see, it's kind of large scale. So right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build more than just DJ, more than just recording. I'm trying to build like a network that we could all link up together, and everyone knows that if they need anything, they could always just like come down to the studio, and we'll have either beats going, we'll have other tracks and other features ready to mix, collaborations constantly going. We could plan tours, we could plan shows. Like overall, I want to just kind of have a company that will be able to expand and fulfill any kind of audio need. So.
Okay. I mean that's a really big mission, and I know you're already on your way with that. So before we get into that, because I know a lot of people don't know, where were you born? Where were you raised?
Born and raised here in Santa Fe.
Ooh, Santa Fe boy. There's plenty of y'all.
Yeah.
Do you have any aspirations to head out anywhere, move, to any other location?
Right now, I don't have any plans on moving, but I do want to travel, and I want to see as much as possible, and maybe like do a few tours and stuff, and kind of get the feel of locations and understand like. I know there's
like
more out
vacation,
here, but honestly, everyone's trying to leave Santa Fe, and I understand that there's not a lot of opportunity out here for the scene that we're in, but we could create that. And honestly, in the end, this is where everyone wants to come. Like this is a retirement dream house destination. Like, why not tap into that kind of market?
Okay.
Like.
No, I understand that because Santa Fe really is a calm area to be.
It really is.
Compared to everywhere else, it's like, we're actually not that bad.
For real. We have a lot of love and a lot of like culture that it's beautiful. You don't find that in a lot of places, So I think that honestly shaped the way that I see my music and I see my artists, and the way that they reflect their songs, I feel it's a different culture out here, so people are very limited, but
and you're there to help
expand that and kind of bring people together, so that way everyone is able to work as a network, different people, whether they're in Santa Fe or whether they're in different states, or we worked with quite a few different artists in different places, so.
And you've expanded. I know. I've heard a lot about the different ones that you've had. What are a couple of names that you've had over to your studio, to your recording studio?
I've had Zigzag from MB Riders. I worked with Beyonce's producer personally. he came into the studio and gave me like one-on-one lessons when she was in Destiny's Child. So it's kind of a long time ago, but still just the opportunity.
How long ago was that though?
It's probably
How old
like,
were you?
shit, I was probably 17 when he came into the studio, and
That's a gnarly age.
he went through like the whole mixer. He landed up actually having the same mixer as me, so that was kind of cool. The learning process, when I first started, everything was all brand new. You know, I was recording off of small little interfaces and just trying to network, you know. But over time, it took years, probably like 10 years to get to where it's at now, and this is only the beginning, honestly. Like,
right.
And I'm glad I got to work with you on a few tracks and a few songs too. Like,
I mean, here I am talking to you like a businessman. You know, like as soon as I start recording, you know, I'm just kind of like, I get into that mode. But yes, shout out to you, my dude, my best friend. This is my best friend, by the way. And you know, blessed to do a lot of different projects with you, which we did a couple films in high school.
Yes,
you helped me record a couple songs. I gave you some feedback on what you had when you recorded, and you know, I gave that a lot of love right away, and I hope that you definitely keep up with it. But yeah, no, it sounds like you're really expanding, and you know, that is really huge, and I've seen where you've gone with it. Let me ask you something else. What is one of the biggest projects that you got to be on? Or would you consider the one including Rihanna as one of the biggest?
I don't know. There's quite a few big ones. I've done a few with Zigzag. We did like a whole album with my brother and some of his friends and stuff like that. So that was pretty nice. There's quite a few other artists too that have been in there, but some of them I can't list just because of like royalties and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, because they haven't released some of the songs and stuff. But right now it's a lot of artists that are local I've worked with, a lot of the community. It's just kind of all over. Like some of it is mainstream that I have worked with, but to be honest, it's just like a network, you know.
Got you. I mean, you're kind of like everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, what's your ideal outcome out of all this work that you're doing? Because I know you want to like get into corporations, you want to like really expand, but like in integrated detail, you know.
Honestly, I want to be able to create a spot where everyone could just come together, work as a network. We could just be able to. I feel collaboration is a big part, you know, like if you don't have collaboration and people working with you, you're not going to go anywhere, you know, like, because really everyone else is part of the team, you know, like you got to include them and give them opportunities just like you want in order to all eat, you know. So I want to be able to make something where it's not just feeding me, it's feeding the people that are involved as well, like, you know. And
got you. And whatever that may be, it's going to concentrate around what you enjoy,
right.
Which is, you know, working on music. I'm assuming like you have a great passion for it, the ear for it, the consistency, you know.
Yes, sir.
That's really cool. What is the most memorable project that you've done that like really hits a chord?
That's a hard one, bro. Honestly,
because there's a list, right?
There's a lot of different artists, and everyone brings their own unique love and talent towards it, you know. So like, it's hard to pick and choose which one had like the most, because I know there's so many people that like went in there and put like their whole like heart into that song, you know.
Okay, no, you're right.
It's nice because there is a lot of good songs that I really enjoy that have came out of the studio, you know, like, and they're good artists, but honestly I want to recognize everyone because, you know, they're all doing their best that they could possibly do, and that's all we could ask for, you know. So it's been a blessing to work with all of them, you know, like, to be honest. So there can't be just like one in particular that I'm like favoritized, because there's always room for expansion and growth, but as long as like you continue on with that, I feel that's like a big development skill right there. Like, you know.
No, I definitely get that. You know, the whole experience impactful.
Right.
You know, there's a lot that can go into that. So, all right, how about something else? What are we doing outside of music? You know?
Right now, I'm trying to build more companies. Right now, I'm trying to build like an advertisement company that's going to be possibly launching at the beginning of next year. So,
Oh, that's huge.
yeah, more info soon to come. Definitely let you know like
Yeah?
on details.
Where can we find that though?
Uh, it's gonna definitely be around. You'll see it. It's gonna have advertisements for a lot of businesses, local businesses, and just trying to involve the whole community, you know, into what we really do. You know, you'll see like ads, and you'll see different things involved with a lot of like the networking that we build now, and at shows and stuff like that. We're gonna try to get more sponsors and more businesses involved, just so that way we could reach out to the communities and stuff.
So what about the shows? How were the last couple ones that you were involved with?
They were great. Honestly, shout out to Bo and all the people that perform, Gels, Dre's, everyone. Homie Dre's.
What is it? Digital
Zaire.
Slime or Slime Digital?
Slime Digital, everyone, yeah.
That's a good name. That one struck a chord. I saw him perform over at the last show with From Me to You, Bo, featuring what's Young P.
Yeah.
There you go. I remember his name.
Shout out.
Shout out to you guys. That show memorable, definitely memorable. Had to leave during the middle, but had to go adult. I can't wait for more shows like that. What's the next step for you? Like, is there a goal that you're coming to right now that you're trying to meet? Maybe by the end of the year, big project.
Well, right now, I'm also currently building some apartments and stuff, so I'm trying to finish that up. So I'm kind of spread thin, like in my time, and I'm trying to work in the studio, DJ as much as I can, plan a tour, do some construction, and open up a new business all at the same time.
That's huge. I know it's a lot.
It's going good though. Honestly, it's a blessing. Like everything falls into place. I owe it all to God. You know, like I couldn't do this alone.
There you go.
It's definitely a blessing.
And I do have to say, every time I go to your house, it's always something new. Like walls torn down, huge structures moved over. It's a huge project, and for me, I see a lot of things like that. But for coming from just one guy, that's
by the end of the year, honestly, I'm trying to have a second studio built and fully operational. We're gonna do green screens, video production. We're gonna do live interviews, and just kind of have it set up so that way anything that you guys need, whether it's audio, video, production, video editing, music videos, either I could do it or I could work within a network and get it done within a reasonable time, you know? Like, not all the work has to be put onto me, because I'm more likely to have other people work with me, you know? And guarantee.
I mean, you're going to need a huge team. That requires a lot.
Guarantee that your project is going to be on time and what you want, you know, is what I'm trying to reach for.
Are we talking about something like commercials?
Well, currently I am doing commercials. I'm doing audiobooks. I just finished up an audiobook called The Era of the True Creation.
The True Creation?
The Era of the True Creator, I think, actually.
That's a dope name.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Shout out to the author. She came in there and recorded a whole audiobook, so it was nice.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it was cool. At the end of it, she gave me the copy of the book and signed it. She's like, thank you, you know. It was an opportunity.
That's a huge deal, honestly.
It was cool.
For, for meeting you, because you offer a lot, and you're really diverse with everything that you're involved with, so it's really nice that you're, expanded everywhere, and especially everyone knows you. If you don't know this guy, you need to know this guy. I see hearts. Much love to everybody.
Yeah, much love. Shout out, you guys.
So, how did we get here? Because that's something I really wanna get through. Because when you were 17, and you were telling me about that deal that you had, what happened there?
So
how did you start collecting?
okay, well, let's take it back even further, honestly, because I started this when I was probably like 7 or 8. I was really passionate into music. I wanted to like go to my cousin's house who was over there recording with my brother, you know, and I wanted to go and hang out with them. They're all older than me. They're already doing their thing. My brother was the hip hop artist for New Mexico. He was like the lead promoter, and he's still doing a lot of promotions. Shout out to my brother. I owed a lot of it to him because he got me to like open my eyes towards a new direction as I kept progressing, and he kind of always encouraged me to like, one day you're gonna go further. Like, you know, one day you're gonna go further. So
That's essential.
I use that as a big inspiration. Like, without family, you know, and support from the people around you, you ain't, you know, it's a lot harder because you can't tell yourself that every day, you know, like,
and having that family member really, you know, pushes you along. It gives you that extra.
right,
Yeah.
definitely.
No, that's super important. I'm glad you had that.
Yeah, but when I first started, I started off as wanting to DJ my 7th grade year dances, honestly. Like, I just wanted to go, and I wanted to go and DJ my 7th grade dance and be like, oh, yeah, I'm the 7th grader. Like, just went and DJ'd their, I don't know, whatever it was, winter dance and the fall dance. And I landed up buying my turntables at first and a laptop, you know, and some headphones, and made a mix and took everything with me, and it went smooth. Everything went great that gig. And then after that, I just kind of got like this, like dang, this was fun. Like, you know, like I need to get out there more. Like, yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I enjoyed rapping a lot as a kid just to mess around, you know, make freestyles and stuff. So I landed up just getting a little interface, and I called over my homie Dre's. We were in school at the time, and I was like, yo, homie, come record with me. And we were recording out of this little tiny like closet thing with like those accordion doors and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen it.
We landed up going in there, and it was sick. Honestly, those were some really good years. We had a lot of artists coming in and out at that time. Like, with my brother, he worked with a lot of big artists, you know, and honestly, he's probably done more than I have with big artists, just because.
I mean, but you're getting there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the good thing is he always puts me on whenever I want to be on anything, you know, and he's always welcome as well. Shout out to Optimistic, you know, that's my brother.
Optimistic, there you go. And we can find him on some Facebook.
Reverb, SoundCloud, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just as well, you know, he does as much. But yeah, it started off there, and then slowly by slowly, everything was just kind of like
coming
building.
together.
He was actually the one that gave me my name, him and my cousin. Cause
no way.
Yeah.
Sabataj?
Yeah. And it's kind of a funny situation, honestly, because they would go into the studio and shit wouldn't always work the way that they wanted it to work. But as soon as I walked into the studio, I would go and fix it right away, and I would go and like do it. And they would get all hurt at me, to be honest. And they would be like, you sabotaged us. So like it came out just like
But
sabotage.
you made it better.
But then I ended up making it better and like recording the track, and then I got the whole thing. So it gave me the credit for the production of the song and stuff like that. But I would go in there and kind of like fix all the little. No, definitely not. But hey,
I like that name. I like how it stuck.
And then after that, I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna make beats and I'm gonna land up dropping as like EDM or something like that, I think that would be a sick name. Like Sabotage. Like, what could he do to the beat? What could he like really like? I'm gonna go in there and fuck it up. Like, you know, like whoa, whoa. You know, like,
I know.
So.
I was envisioning you. I have a definite vision of it. So actually, really quick. So we're actually reaching the end of part 1 with my interview with DJ Sabataj, aka Josh Rivera. I really want to get into a couple of other things like future expectations. You know, a couple of twist questions, and I want to hear from you. You know, like you know, what's going on in your daily life. You know, especially after COVID, because I know a lot of people have changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. COVID kind of affected everyone, and heartbreaks and sickness and
Going crazy, anxiety.
Now
Oh my
everyone's
gosh.
trying to get out there a lot more than what they were even before, so.
Because you were, what's the word I kept using? Starved from it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the lack of going out and the lack of enjoying it. Like, I think
Really makes you understand and appreciate
it, definitely.
which is huge, which is why a lot of shows are going crazy throughout Santa Fe. So if you guys definitely hear about it, go support your local artists. They need it. Anyways, we will be right back with part 2. Much love, everybody.
Take it easy. Shout out, everyone.
Fuga. How's that?
Choice.
Yeah?
Si,
Chilling?
senor.
Ho ho.
I'm gonna pack up okay, babe.
Awesome sauce.
Sounds good.